Hi, everybody. It's Amy from Sage Connections here to do your weekly reading with John Holland's Psychoterror deck from John Holland's. It's my go-to deck. I say it every week. I guess I'm going to say it every week from now on. So I'm going to change things up a little bit. I've already drawn out the cards, and what a big week. So please stay to the end. It might be longer than normal because there's an overall message that they wanted to get said to you, and there are two other cards that I was supposed to give, but they didn't fall in, so it's like the overall weeks. And actually, I'm being told I probably should lead with that because a lot of you will leave before it's ending. So this week, our focus is going to be on the heart chakra, okay? And it's going to be, for, our to strengthen our belief system and our spiritual growth, okay? This whole week is based on using the heart as your, GPS system, basically, and making sure that you make the decisions from that place. Sometimes that's really hard to do, isn't it? Because when you're crossed between, do I really want to go to work, or do I really want to do a project that I'm excited about? I have a hard time myself with that kind of thing, but it's telling you to lead with your heart. Of course, you always have to make money. If you have to go to work, then do it out of joy, or change your perspective instead of going, ugh, I don't like this job. Try to wake up and put, I'm gonna, happiness is a choice, guys. So just choose happiness. Even if you don't, care for your environment, you could choose to be happy, and it kind of takes the punginess off of the experience that you're dreading. So let's go ahead and start, because this is going to be quite a big weekend or week and weekend, that too. So here we go. All right, gotta love live, right? Videos. All right, so here we go. For the 2nd of um, of July, and number twos are all about attraction, but this is about expansion, because this is three. Three energies are expansion or communication. This is, I get emotionally satisfying day. There's reasons to rejoice and celebrate, whether it's being a job well done, whether that it's, just you've done some healing and you just feel good about yourself right now. And even though it's Monday, you're feeling good. And that's great to hear. Okay, so I'm going to put this down. Let's do the automatic writing because I already did that. So what they said to me is, there is emotional satisfaction today. Um, Even a reason to celebrate. You're getting the understanding on how you play into the world. Pay attention to the signs in your thoughts. They will get you what your hearts, or what your desires are. Be happy with yourself today. You've come so far on your journey. Good time, or good job. Celebrate life. You deserve it. Do it whenever you can. So it's kind of like it should be Friday, right? Because normally we celebrate life when we get done with our work, but instead they're changing the process. Celebrate life in the beginning, and it might smooth out what's coming ahead. Okay. Um, we might have some little bumps in the road down the line. So with all of us, me included. So I'm going to go ahead with the automatic reading for July 3rd. Creative ideas will lead you to the promised land. today. If you have trouble with your crown and solar plex, do yoga or meditation. They didn't give you, or didn't give me any um, like it could be, no, they're saying like do yoga or meditation if you're having trouble with your solar plexus, which is all about relationships, and the crown is your um, ingenuity, inspiration, um, divine, trying to get connection with divine energy. So if you're having problems with that, please, do some meditation or yoga, either one of those. You need to make sure that you're doing out of love, because your true heart's desires will make it easy work ahead. Um, the work ahead easier. I'm sorry. If I could read my own handwriting, it would be great. That's that dyslexia thing coming back at me. Um, but so in other words, try to, again, it's hitting the heart every single time, right? It's telling you, hey, um, try to find that happiness within yourself that you can tap into with it, and you know, and it's going to make it a lot easier if you can find out how to tap into it. Okay, so of course, here's the cards. I got a 7 for which is about planning this time. it's a, and that's what I'm getting. I'm getting planning. And 7s are all about, normally for relax, or reflect and planning and restore yourself. Okay, but this one, I mean, I just got plain out plan for the head, and a number 2 about attracting the creativity that you want, as what I got when I was doing this on my own. So there's going to be some creative ideas that you might have, okay, and then you might have to plan for them on Tuesday. But ultimately, this is in your belief in spiritual section, and there is victory ahead. So you're going to probably come up with a process that's going to help you create the ideas for your creativity on Tuesdays, kind of what I'm sensing on this, which is kind of cool, because as being an artist, you like that idea. This whole new moon was all about processing and changing how we do things that are, that haven't worked or that we're more comfortable with, to be able to change the perspective in some areas so we can actually create the lifestyle that we want. Now, on looks like we're on the 4th of July, right? I'm going to go ahead and read this. You might have an issue today that you are not getting the whole truth from somebody close to you. Don't dwell on it, that somebody is lying to you, but more look at within yourself to see where you might be lying to yourself. You might feel the need to measure yourself with others, which serve no purpose or pleasure. So on Wednesday, I got another 7 card, right? Which you should be relaxing on the 4th of July, but it is deception and envy. Okay, so normally when I get this, we normally all come together and we tell our stories to when we celebrate the 4th of July, how's everything going? And we might be envious with other people who their life is sounding so great that we wish we had it, right? Um, try not to do that because it's really none of your business. And it's probably not the whole truth either. They're not going to tell you about their woes, and they're not going to tell you that they're struggling as much as you are, because it's supposed to be a happy time. So just remember that as you're going throughout the day, and don't ever judge yourself on somebody else's life, because you're holding it's like apples and oranges. Um, Comparing other people's lives to other people. And we're all on the same playing ground, and I have a hair, life experiences that are totally different. So try to, you know, um, keep that in your mindset, and taper it down. Now that you know that it could possibly be, you can make the changes so that doesn't happen. And only you can do that. Only you have the power within yourself to say, hey, I'm good with me. I'm in a good place. And I'm glad you are. Be happy for them, for their happiness, and be happy for you as well. Because if you really think about it, we're all connected. So you can rejoice in their happiness as well as your own, if you look at it that way. So if somebody's having a great day, you're having a great day. That's kind of what I try to do. Everything's an illusion, so you might as well make it the best so you can feel good about it, right? At least that's my opinion. So, okay, so we're on the 5th, and I have a hair, and I'm gonna have to get it, guys, because this is really bugging me. Otherwise, you're gonna see me go like this all day, all through the video, and you pretty much probably don't want to do that. So, okay. So the 5th, let's go ahead and do the automatic writing. And I will put out the card. They're telling me that might work out better. Okay. So it is the 5th, or a 5, which is about change, right? Obstacles and challenges in your belief system or spiritual. A lot of spiritual things going on this week. Okay, so it says you might find your beliefs challenged today. I'm going to put this down so I can actually read. Okay, beliefs challenged today. What you thought you knew to be true is really not the case. Use this as a lesson learned. It's not a punishment. Everyone has their own opinions, and you do not have to follow the crowd. It just makes a bigger target if you do. Learn to know where you are before you take action. Okay. So with this card, it says obstacles and challenges. Okay. When I tapped into this, I didn't get that there was a challenge, but there could be, because they know more than I do. But when I have those kind of things happen, or obstacles, or even when I'm challenged on my belief system, I always take it with a grain of salt. And I always reflect back to me, okay, so where am I being judgmental? Because when people are challenging your belief systems or your spirituality, it really says something about yourself as well as that other person. Are you judging something as well? Maybe you are and you just don't even know it. I have I have done that in the past and not even realize that it was kind of judgmental, and had to go apologize for my actions, and forgive myself for it. But really, we need to stop judging people. I mean, guys, I'm saying with this as much as on me as well as on anybody else. We got to stop. We really got to stop, because they're making it if you're going to do it, it's going to backfire on you. It really will. So try not to. We're all in this together. And definitely with the spiritual community, people are just fighting for, this business. I've never done that. I just, I'm not one of those people that are going to, um, not going to just fight because I assume that God brings in, or the universe, whatever you want to call it. It's up to you on what terminology you use to determine that being or entity or label, okay, brings people into me, or I attract the people that needs to come into my life to either give the message to, or um, so really, um, I don't fight for business. I'm grateful for what I have, and I'm grateful that I have a support system. My husband does a wonderful job, and he works his booty off so I can do what I love, and he supports me on doing this so I can get the messages out to you guys. And I so appreciate him. You don't even know. Probably why I married him. But, when you have challenges and obstacles, these are lessons for you to learn about yourself. We try to handle it with grace, but sometimes that doesn't happen. We try to be a bigger person, but sometimes that don't happen. But when it doesn't happen, and you can reflect and see that, oh shoot, I probably did that wrong. Try to, we're all learning. Be a little more patient with everybody because everybody's in the same boat. So we watch out for irritability on that day, um, frustration with, you know, yourself and what's going on with your life, you know. So just make sure that you're kind to yourself as well as others. There is a right way to do judgment. Well, there is no right way doing judgment. I take that back, okay? But there's a right way to have some criticism. If you don't like something and you want to put a boundary, you don't have to be nasty about it. Just let them know that, hey, this is a boundary, and I would prefer you don't cross it again. I'm going to have you step back a little bit because really you're ultimately in control of your own life experience. So why don't you just, cooperate and, make a good of it, right? I mean, that's the joy of it, is learning how to cooperate. We're all in this together. We're all connected. We're all one. If God is within us, then you have to understand I'm in with you and you and you know, because a part of me is as well. You could do that again and say, okay, so I'm you and you and you, and everything has, um, you know, soul or the creator in it. Then even the plants, even, we created this lamp who is shining bright right in my eyes so you guys can actually see my eyes without the glare of my computer, but it looks like I still have it, so sorry about that, but I'm working on it. Work in progress, always. Um, so just try to go with the flow, not have any expectations, and just, you know, try to be kind. When I see challenges and obstacles, I always think, okay, this is an extra day that I need to put a happy face on. It is a day I might not feel it, but I'm going to put it on, right? Because that's what I encourage. Okay, so on the 6th, which is Friday, automatic writing, I'm being told. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so it's a 9. 9 is about completions, it's suffering from silence, and this is all in the mental portion of the deck. So we've got a couple of mentals going on here as well this week. So it's a lot of mental and our belief systems um, changing. So I'm going to put that down so I can read. Um, and I did tell you about 9. So this is about you don't have to suffer alone. You are never alone. Some might feel this way. Be kind, patient with yourself and others. Um, it is always quiet before a big change. And take this time to relax and really learn the lessons that you have learned. Ask for help if you need it. Okay. Any 9s are all about letting things go. And if you've learned a lot of lessons lately, you might want to reflect back on them and, um, you know, let them go. You know, let the old belief systems. I also hear like grudges. Um, what makes you irritated? Try to let that go. Um, and you don't have to suffer in silence, try to make peace with yourself because, and when I see this card, I also get forgiveness. And I tried to put out a video this weekend, and I don't think I got all of it out on Saturday or Sunday. I think it was Sunday, about forgiveness. Forgiveness is a key player coming up. We all have been needed forgiveness, and we've all done something that we probably should give forgiveness to. Because we put out expectations on people that sometimes they didn't get a clue or they just didn't do it. And we had expectations that weren't met. But you have to understand those are your expectations. So they're not real. That's on you. So what you need to do is forgive yourself for having those expectations on people and allow them to be them and you to be you. I mean, that's what it's all about. And live your life as best way you can. Come together in harmony and create new ideas, manifest new things, and just, happiness is what we came here to learn how to do. Some of us are better at it than others. And, it's just a choice. I had somebody tell me, um, when they were trying to control their negative thoughts about themselves, I can't be a police on every single thought I have. And I'm like, wow. Um, what it is not having you be able to just start with a little bit, okay? If you have so much negative that every single thought is negative toward yourself, start little. And then keep on going. And just know that you can say, no, that's an illusion. Because what I think of myself reflects out on others and vice versa, right? I mean, you can tell when somebody's actually coming from the heart, and you can tell when somebody doesn't really have the confidence in themselves, but they're doing it anyway. And we give kudos for those people who do that. It inspires us to do the same, you know? And there's a connection there because we all have these feelings. It is human. And that's a great thing of being human, is to be able to feel those feelings. So, did I get off track? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was Thursday. No. I got off track somehow. Okay. No, I didn't. Okay. I thought I got off track. Okay, for this 7th, it says on the automatic reading, Speak your truth, okay? Um, with confidence and leads to great ideas and theories. Um, but it's how you go about it to get this information out um, to others will be the key. Come from a place from the heart. Empower others with your voice. It makes and it makes you feel good. Yes. Funny how they speak through me. Um, so another word. So the seventh. And if I got this on wrong, I apologize. But okay, the seventh I got more chakra cards, guys. It's the throat chakra and the solar plex. So this is about communication, and it's this is an expansion on relationships, and this is also about changing your communication. Okay, and ultimately, this is for a mental, right? Can I get that? Triumph success. So this is like the Ace of Swords in a normal tarot deck. Now, with any aces, there's potential, okay? This is a potential of success, coming up with those ideas and getting them out and expressing those ideas in a clear fashion that builds up relationships. And um, with this, is every Ace of Swords or any swords, it's all about how you do it because a sword cuts both ways. So you can either do this, you can, cut through the obstacles no matter, and not care on how it's being done. But it also, if you're not caring about that, you might get cut. You might burn some bridges that might need be later on. So try to do it with kindness. I always say that, a double-edged sword can hurt you more than it hurts them. Because, when you cut your own self, it seems like it's worse. At least for me, it is. I'm not for sure on everybody else, but for me, it's more um, it's more painful when I do it myself. When I know better and I do something, I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but that's just my 2 cents on that. Okay, so here we are on the 8th of July. Financial changes can't happen quick enough for some of us. Be patient. Like a fine wine, sometimes timing is everything. You have been planting your seeds there for your opportunities. You just need to believe you can and you will get them. Okay, so the cards that I drew were, and both of them fell out, so they jumped out. So I have two, and there's no chakra card, which is weird, but I'm supposed to give them to you. So, okay, so 5, it's about changes. Now this card is in the physical sense, and this is the only physical card we have, okay? But this is normally a loss. But they're saying that, you might have more expenses on Saturday than you normally do. But remember, everybody wants money. It seems like, I mean, me too, of course, always. But it's okay. It is how you see money that needs to change. I'm getting how you look at money. If you look like you need money or want money, then you're going to get that out in the universe. So understand, be appreciated. That's why everybody says be grateful for what you have, and focus on that because you're not in a place of lack. When we are in a place of lack or need, or we feel that we need it desperately, we put ourselves in the wrong vibration. So try to remember what it feels like to have all this stuff that you want, because that's going to help. And then we need to have some patience with it, okay? And that is a 5 too, all right? Change the way you look at time, guys. It's some things are worth their weight. Some things, um, everybody wants to win the lottery. We'd love to have money bags just show up at our door, right? And whether you wish or believe, you know, you're gonna get, you're gonna get. But make sure that you have patience for it. You're planting seeds. You gotta let it have time to grow these new ideas, and not beat yourself up that it's not, you open up, maybe you opened up a business and you expect a big return right away and it's not doing it. Don't give up hope. Timing, be patient, do some more advertising. Use your knowledge of how to get more clients, customers, that kind of stuff. You need to just patient with yourself. Um, not wanting the quick fix, but in divine timing, it will open up on how you get what you want. Does that make sense? I hope that does. For some of us, we're going to try to work on that this weekend on Saturday. So on Sunday, which is the 9th, okay, automatic rating says you're moving forward in a positive way, full speed ahead. You're taking actions on something and you're looking good for the future. Have a little faith in yourself is what I got. And it is also a number 7. Okay? And this is a major arcana card. And it's the only, well, no, I guess patience is our major arcana card too. But this is normally the chariot, okay? Which means that there might be traveling, there might be actual movement, like a trip. But they're just, you're on the right path, guys. You're right where you're supposed to be. So be grateful and enjoy it. Now, some of us, me included, get so busy that we don't enjoy life. And I've been notorious for that in the past. And if we could just slow down and change our perspective and know that we're in the right place at the right time and doing the right things at the right time, it takes a weight off of you. It means that you can't go wrong, right? Even though some people think, okay, watching TV and YouTube's, it's just going to happen to them. I don't necessarily believe that. I think when you have an idea, you actually have to put yourself out there to be able to get it to come to you. You can't just sit back and watch TV and expect great things happening to you. You have to take some responsibility. And I get that, July is going to be about a lot of learning to take responsibility, but we'll do that and let's talk. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, share, all the above, as well as if you would like a reading, you can go to my website and request one. I am already out past July 11th, so it might be, we're about, I'm booked out about, 10 days away? I'm not quite sure on the calendar. This is the first, 11 days away. Out, which is a good thing for me. But so, we can schedule something then. And then I also am doing Patreon. So if you want to look for Sage Connections on Patreon, it's out there. And subscribe, because your support is going to help me get better lighting and and better videos. And I really appreciate anybody who does support me um, doing that method. If you're trying to find me on Facebook, it might be a little hard. So it's Events for Sage Connections. It's not Sage Connections. It's just Events for Sage Connections. And you can find my Facebook page. I am on Instagram now giving daily card readings or a little spigot that you can follow. And that is on Sage Connections on Instagram. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And by the way, happy 4th of July, everybody. I hope you guys have a safe holiday and just enjoy your week. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye.